What a way to open the MLS season. DC United, heavy underdogs, facing the 2025 Supporters Shield winners. And the game winner, no one better for this moment, for this game, than former Philadelphia Union striker Ty Baribo. 1-0, no collapse, no curse, just 3 points at home. Let's be honest, the Philadelphia Union have been our daddies. Relax. The Philadelphia Union have owned us. The last 3 games, they have defeated us 13-0. 13 goals for them, 0 goals from us. But everything changed Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. at Audi Field. I think one thing that has been underrated, that many media outlets, or the few that cover this club, is the fact that Renee Wheeler had a full offseason with this club under his management. Let's face it, we were heavy underdogs. We were the wooden spoon winners. We are the current wooden spoon winners. And we defeated the Philadelphia Union 1-0 at home. Even though there was a lot of optimism for this club during the offseason, it still wasn't enough for DC United fans and those outside of DC to really give us any hope in winning this game. And there were a lot of questions leading up to this game. Can Renee Wheeler compete with this team? Can he handle the press? Will we mentally fold if we're down in this game? And luckily, that never happened and we never got to see that. One of the biggest surprises was Gabriel Pirani in the starting 11 when he played 0 minutes in preseason. He had a lingering injury. And on top of that, he was the striker paired right next to Ty Baribo. And it worked well in the first half. I'm not sure if this raised eyebrows for any other DC United fans seeing him in the starting 11. But from the opening whistle, number 10 looked active. He looked lively. He didn't look like a guy who was injured the whole offseason or the preseason. He was fighting for balls. You can see his number on the pitch, just moving, creating chances. And he was one of the reasons why we won this game. The game-winning goal, or the only goal of the game, was it all started with Jackson Hopkins intercepting a pass from Philly, passing the ball to Gabriel Pirani, who fought off the defender on him, sizing him up, manhandling him, lost control. But the instincts of João Pedro to intercept the ball, create a play, run down the field. He had a 1v1 chance, but the beautiful IQ of Ty Baribo knowing to move left to the flank, opening up space for a beautiful pass, perfect speed, perfect accuracy, and Ty Baribo connected on the game-winning goal, essentially in the 23rd minute. And the beautiful thing is, these were the 4 players on this play that we have high expectations to lead us into success for this season. Pirani, Hopkins, Ty Baribo, and João Pedro. And once we get Luis better integrated with the chemistry, the style of play of this team, who knows? We may be able to sneak in for that last playoff spot. I know it's only 3 points, but it's 3 points against the Philadelphia Union that have destroyed us in the past. It is 3 points to build us chemistry and confidence into our next matchup with Austin FC. And there were many questions. If Ty Baribo scores, will he celebrate? Well, he didn't back down. He celebrated like, you did me dirty. You sold me for $4 million. And this is how I'm going to act. Pure class, beautiful moment. Enjoy it. This team said $4 million is more valuable than you. And you showed them what's more valuable for DC United. You scoring a goal against your former team. And you celebrated like you should. I'm personally glad I was never a professional athlete, because I'd probably do exactly what he did. Nothing wrong with it. It's just there's some fans and some players and coaches that say, don't celebrate against your former team if you score a goal. But hey, you didn't want him. You sold him for $4 million, and we embraced him. Ty Baribo, you are automatically a fan favorite for DC United fans. So let's slow down a little bit and let's talk about the first half. Because in the first half, you can tell just by the eyeball test that DC United was the better team. We were organized, compact, confident in possession. We weren't chasing. We weren't scrambling. We were causing stress to that defense. They didn't know what was going on. They weren't ready for DC United to be so aggressive offensively that we could have been up by 2 or 3 goals if it wasn't for offsides. But as we know, we are DC United fans. We've been here before. Well, we haven't been here before, but we've been in situations where we may look like we're doing well, but then the eventual collapse happens. And you can't rule that out against especially a coach team especially by a team like the Philadelphia Union, who, by all ends, were the Supporters' Shield winners. So this game wasn't over. We held our breath. We maintained possession. We could have been up by more goals, but the reality is we're only up by 1-0. And especially for a team like DC United, you can't be that confident that 1-0 would be enough to hold it against this team. In the second half, Philly woke up. They made some readjustments, and Lucas Bartlett got into it with the Philadelphia striker, resulting in a red card, I believe in the 58th minute. Not sure what was said, but all you can see is Lucas Bartlett blowing a kiss to the striker for Philly. Even a man down, Philly, I believe in the second half, outpossessed DC United. They looked a lot more lively. We looked like we were just holding on to this lead with everything we got. And luckily, Philly wasn't able to tie the game, because that would have just crushed everything for us. I mean, this is a new DC United team. Old DC will probably have conceded the game. But I think what we realized is Ty Baribo's leadership and experience up front. Sean Johnson at goal, even though he wasn't very busy, he was able to communicate very well with his defense, making sure that we stand tall and didn't break. There was a moment in the second half where João Pedro, like we said, we want him to be that creative player that we probably have to do. Like we said, big expectations for João Pedro. For me personally, I had a feeling that he had to be that creator for Ty Baribo to accelerate, to excel in this offense. And we saw it multiple times. There was an opportunity in the second half where Pedro delivers a beautiful ball, and Baribo just misses it wide right. Renee said it in the press conference. Ty Baribo hustles. He fights for every ball. Even Lucas Bartlett said that in Lucas Bartlett said the same thing, and it's beautiful and it's encouraging to hear that about a player that they just acquired, that he's a hustler. He fights for every possession, doesn't give up on plays. We saw that in this game versus Philly. The stat sheet reality. DC had 52% of the possession of the game. 7 shots compared to Philly's 13. 1 shot on target for us, and 3 for Philly. And when you just look at the stat sheet, you're assuming Philly wins this game. So second half, we can't be in a situation like that moving forward if we expect to make the playoffs this season. But here's the key phrase. We did enough. We did exactly what it took to win this game. In the second half, we also saw substitutions for number 1 overall pick, Nikola Markovic, and Luis entering the game as well. There was a moment where Luis and João Pedro did bump into each other, where they were both in the box, and we could have scored our second goal of the game. But it takes time with chemistry, knowing your spacing, and they'll be okay moving forward. What this game proved is this is not the same DC United team that we saw the last couple of years. I know it's only one game, and you know what's funny? As a DC United fan, I'm actually excited, and I'm asking, who do we have next? Who does DC United play next? We got Austin FC, and we'll have a preview of that game coming soon. And we put Major League Soccer on notice with this win. We were the severe underdogs. Our new striker from Philly, well, he's Israeli, but we acquired from Philly, scored in the game versus his former team. Jackson Hopkins looked good. I loved it. He is so nice and flashy of a player. He was just weaving through defenses. João Pedro was creative. I loved everything about him. Second half, he did slow down a little bit. Gabriel Pirani did very well. I was so happy to see him play and excel. And Ty Baribo is just a leader, and he is looking to score goals. I'm just so excited for this season. Hopefully you are too, or your favorite parts of the game. Did you go to the game? I was in the Chico stand. It was great to be in that atmosphere and electricity, and hopefully we can get more fans. I do expect, because of what we did, we won, that Audi Field will have more fans in attendance. Because in the 11th minute, and I'll shoot a video here, or I'll show a video here of what it looked like in the stands. So, yeah. Make sure to like and subscribe. And we also have social media channels on TikTok now and Instagram, which I will put on the screen here. Vamos! This is Will with the Black and Roll Post, keeping you posted.